Life is full of choices.
Which one is it? You must choose. Choose wisely.
It was about 72 hours into this new phase of the chase when searchers began to complain about the choices Forrest was making. But Forrest made it clear in 2013 that the treasure chest's location might never be known, based on what the finder wanted, based on his choices. So I'm not confused or irritated by Forrest's actions. I'm bewildered by the finder's choices. Day 3 was way too early to judge the finder's choices, but now, at 5 weeks, I think we can see what he's doing and render judgment.
He chose one.
So here is an open letter to you, the finder. First of all, congratulations. You did what tens of thousands of other searchers couldn't do. So hats off. Well done. I thought at first you might want to write a book. I defended your silence with this idea. But with the passage of time, I've seen the light. Books are written by people who have a desire to communicate, and you haven't said a word, even though you could easily and safely and anonymously speak. And it's odd because you communicated through photographs, and you reached out to Forrest, and you shared your place of origin. And with travel restrictions, we all know when you left your home for your journey. On the one hand, you seem quite relaxed about communication, but then you go radio silent. Be that as it may, I'd like to suggest one important reason why I think you should communicate in some form. And it's simply this. It's the decent thing to do. Without information, without closure, conspiracies are multiplying. Forrest continues to be questioned and doubted and slandered and harassed. Think of it as a thank you to Forrest. He freely gave you the thrill of discovering this wonderful treasure. This is a way to show your gratitude and to honor him, not to mention the debt you might owe others. Surely someone, somewhere, sparked an idea for you, taught you how to interpret the poem, gave you tools, gave you insight, got you thinking about how you might crack the code of the poem. The words you're looking for are thank you. I get it. You want to avoid taxes. Not exactly honorable and right, but okay. Yet you'll notice that in the days after June 6th, multiple national news agencies loudly announced the discovery, and you were not identified, and no one came after you. When this photo of yours was released, it barely registered. The chances of you provoking the IRS now with a little morsel for others is next to nil. The easiest way to proceed would be for you to email Forrest and allow him to tell his story and interpret his poem. Because you're kind of holding the man hostage. He's holding up his end of the bargain, but I'm not even sure what your end of the bargain is. He's given, and you've taken, and now it feels like you're coming back for seconds. He's honoring his word and not giving away the solution, but this ties his hands in ways you may not have foreseen. Before June 6th, there were several finder strategies proposed. They existed on a continuum of going public versus remaining anonymous. By choosing an extreme route, this route, you may have saved yourself for the time being the headache of dealing with the media and the discomfort of paying Uncle Sam, but eventually this asset will come to light, even if it's your heirs who are put in the unfortunate position of having to get the treasure appraised and fork over a small fortune. And they won't be able to harness the power of the media and make enough money to counterbalance that substantial sum. In short, I'm not sure you've chosen the best path. You have a remarkable accomplishment you can't reveal. You have amazing artifacts you can't share. You have a thrilling story you can't tell. And you have tremendous wealth you can't spend. Allow Forrest to interpret his poem. That's really what searchers have been waiting a decade for. Until then, we're all sort of being held hostage by you. Plus, I'd like to make a video about it. Honestly, I'd love to just be Dale's assistant. He's the pro. He should do it. Forrest should sit down with him and give one last interview, explaining his thought process in the late 80s and 90s as he survived cancer but still felt its shadow looming over him. He can talk about acquiring the treasure chest and the trade shows he went to get the gold. He can talk about the different drafts of the poem and generally on the map where he was thinking he might put this treasure. And he can at least tell us where warm waters halt. That sounds like 30 or 40 minutes of interview, and you still remain anonymous. So I've gone ahead and created a trailer for this upcoming video. Dale, you have my number.
If you gotta go, I decided I was gonna take some of it with me. That's when I decided to buy that beautiful treasure chest. In 1988, I had cancer and they told me I was gonna die. I was gonna tell you things that are not in the book. I'll tell you what the clue is. I wanted that treasure chest to be part of me. And when I hit it and was walking back to my car, I started laughing out loud. And I said, Forrest Fenn, did you really do that? It's the thrill of the chase. If you gotta go, I decided I was gonna take some of it with me.